24 ebetwetwe enkomo because there were issues who here see to me eka ho asem energy crisis and unique energy crisis dum so ba and I say dum so enyamai we nyina ye nsem a hu here wa wutua tax no wa wo ye adwuma o Ghana sanse woto aba say obi solve problems ma wo nti ebehwe say e am pass say the ECG for Canada there are issues Greek for challenges or transmission lines and omo aso ECG for mo distribute so issues mu na this week omo ye a stakeholders meeting bia abrantia ba akon or kasa on behalf of consumers I can say no pa ye or say we don't care about your graphs, we don't care about your presentation, we don't care about your problems, we don't care about your big grammar the here say here kania. And I think I don't know ebo and some Ghana for here not tough say do we here any kania. But you can also look away from the fact say bibi ba ansa na kania no aba but the eba no eno sitting you because on solve our problem no ansa na aba ye be hwesa asem ni nyane aka ho asem na yedimu chichemu so ato abusuafo enim na mo so wote ba bia yedumu ka na chichu ni kumase for munti ena na no yewra mate opoku pembe ka che ECG fo ne ade se omumfa omummo ntnase no more said on betting dealing with Kumasi issues, but I'm limited to just Kumasi Nkwa. Honorable Amadou Srogo, a former chairman of the Energy Committee of Parliament, who knew Nimbabia, Kania Honsem free, and the a bedroom and ne. Yene honorable Jinapo, and so ebe to train and commerce as they say 1 year ranking member energy committee in so NDC for court workshop who or host is here and then ebe to train commo zoom. Samson Ayera Kwajo Poku, executive director my Institute for Energy Policy and Research. Woman a shed that to Omo SSN Omo CS so energy sector to Omo SSS in Yemen Namaya much Omo views energy fact Omo crana yes our public for a year a course so say was someone near man for casa asana ECG for cra ba unim say timetable one man ko kan be si na EC emfa bibia emma na ka also honorable Alfred Obim Boatin MP bibia ni anwa so a former head of BOST ona na koda BOST and energy committee no so parliament representing MPP for na majority for e ko so be studio wa ma into mem obi be frey en be ka chese amfa MPP for but he was supposed to be here or jepene so beba anope hwe na ehunu perifo mamache ane akwaba openi mamicha se mo na mo hwe adwumedi ana no mo koye mo kan energy ho asepche sesi ai mo amu ye CSO sa mo na mo sesen energy sector no mo betimi aka se ye wodum so ana se ni dum so
minyaba misra we de ansa na mekọ no so mamemfa oka traffic asemu yi mo adenta dodoa adenta dodoa e biggest problem potholes ramps then ekwan no kra ni erosion chi te se dru ba bi akwan na yeketo bi yesre omo a oso omo yesa adwuma no omo hwe ni manim ye ya omo hwe adenta dodoa na ye bre eno atwam no
titri oyibi Johnson
yes
now the freeway corner there I know I say to the point they say ama traffic in echi ko bia dru a also is nyabo tre that slow now my traffic are build especially anumere and anopa enye
na the hini say wooden call no na we omo mu cra blue light now also make decision no ono no e san ho
oh I say you know that thing
but mo go fa we aden na traffic yentumi solve because say na research bia institute be here omo say as of 2010 near our cars bebro 1.6 million e wa Accra nko by now so double number no cry about be say 3 million e won crying kwa but ya kwan na dey say who am na planning road
the fundamental issue no e enoa bi na wo electricity sector ni no planning
oh okay
you see it's evacuation ya kwan de tie na say de kan na tie but cars na doso into cars ni na ntumi nko into there's congestion electricity generation doso evacuation away, distribution and transmission. Are we building the roads for the electricity? We are not. Two no air similar. Similar. What does anti-congestion away your no? Congestion about electricity. Wow. So it's the same thing, but we'll discuss it further. Ubusa, as some say, yen CSOs no, do we see say a doom so and then you doom so? Oh, say, me feel say media no, and at times omo emma in sembi eye wo wona kakra. Ube frame. Osiyeja kujopoku Mr. Doomso Asamba is Doomso back? When you ask that question, is Doomso back? It presupposes say bibi e koye ena ubusa se asan ba na
okay
enti mi masema meka kire no straight away no ema madwene ko se ebia ubusa se impempensu bia ye call no 2012 2015 mu no ena ubusa se asan aba nti eno no me yiwa no se meka kire se debi enye sa how na ye wo mu no eno na asan aba how foforo ena aba but offer busam say ejapoku dum so aba meka kire se ai dum so aba if you say ye kania no engina so
okay
oh enti eye the way media no omu busa question on the assembly tum no kania dum kania dum simple unto me enka say oh we ye sexy we ye flashy we ye technical kania dum but me so no ya na mini binimu nya adwene so mbeka say oh ye de ye explanation bia ye kania dum say de wo kan ye no so ofie kania dum kra utumi fa phone no afre ECG for no ma catch you say oh you nim say dum ye wo junction so light bi line bi na ati ye ma ye be 2 hours ama obuto yam say o frɛ no obi fai o kan de kro kire o kan how longer e be di say o frɛ no obi amfa utifie na obofu enti say emre bi atwamu no na bia ye no bi ni kasa look ansa na Ghana ye be ko how bi mu say no ye omo mu di adwuma nanim no omo mbra me kan kire Ghana for one de e koso at the contra sa how ne ba here and how longer timetable it means timelines how long will it take your best of a problem no until you push ya must say no ohwa sa dun manundu me start here no tem bia greek for along the letter beto na ECG for the letter beto to get say obia benya say edie na ekoso yes dum so de ye Ghana for no ya gia tum say kania dundum a dum so but say okase on fa the air cost no ho dia say the wokan ye no e ba technical issues na Facebook and social media likes very small e ba enyoma hu hia na likes was slow because yem pese ye be educated but I think say the education is very important because unim baby a wo free ba uhu baby a wo ko nipa na enyoma bi mfa no ho no e kina bi no akoye youth organizer o baby e kina bi ni akoye chairman e kina bi no akoye minister uni any institutional memory into no obe minister no na obe chairman no akwa parliament na koto committee bi so no enyo bi mfa no but utie yemu bi say from 2012 menua metumi aka kiro every single thing that happened from 2012 to today because na ye involved from time o meka say anko bi akwa bu pipe West African gas pipeline so kaya yes because ni nyina no me frame ejapoku ampa you say anko akobu your gas pipeline ampa is being fixed 2012 honorable commander onko be minister yene na ekoba into the institutional memory is very important and explanation is very important into what said the Ghana for enim ni de dum so ne de yewom nti kane dundum ho but the command na no dum so ne ba nye no na ema dum so we aba eno de say obi a usi 2012 to 2016 was a generational problem okay simple 2012 Ghana ye demand nyina no na about 1200 peak you demand at that time no near you were a little bit more because now say Sonia Sogli started okay until the Tico Tapco and Akosomo when it's fully all turbines are working we were around 1,500 okay so you see a peak right 1,200 now at that time no you were a little bit redundancy of 300 megawatts but then it became say na Akosomo for because time one thermal no when you West African gas pipeline no now you thermal ni bia because 2012 now the only source of gas was from West African gas pipeline Nigeria into thermal gas in no to now put all the electricity up no I will say you draining Akosombo into Akosombo 6 machines nyina adwuma and we are na emansuo ne den ekọ into nsuo ne kọ form nsuo ne kọ form no afide dum pempensu bia yenya enough generation
okay
into generation deficit no and you see oh anwumre grid ko mo osen omso ye wo 800 you hear 1,200 to 400 e benden ene ebinda sumu
na ebinda okay
ena omo cheye into udam 4 hours na wadam 5 hours udam 4 hours na wadam 6 hours ene the timetable no e ba ya obi ahu say no.
Until we are a woman, the energy generational issues. There were Kanya.
There were generation, there were 5,000. As I speak to you now, from that time till now, during the time when Honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama tried to solve the problem, no, who said they signed PPAs up to even about 10,000. MPP buy and so there be a dorsal, to trade mu. To say no, almost see machines now generating there. We have about 5,000.
Okay.
Right
5,000
now, 5,000 megawatts.
5,000 megawatts.
5,000 megawatts of electricity installed.
Okay.
Into any installed capacity.
Okay.
Into installed capacity, no, 5,000 megawatts.
And your consumption, you're saying?
And right now, no, as at 2 days ago, for the first time, we went past 3,200.
Until we even have an excess.
We have excess capacity. Means what? Say yes, you excess capacity be or hunter no crown ye the levy biaba I will see it here. Say oh generation. Nani pano akobo bosia and AC machine no. And no dear see ho. Say one man no and generate electricity na also man kakra ekutuaneka. Into any friend no excess capacity charges.
Charge na ko dia
kutuaneka. Okay. So capacity charge no and no na aban no esu hu say adoso into ama yeka ayedi as a minor air cost.
Okay. Me person wan say we na me call Alhaji Amadu Sogo because omo no mo hand over o say first 2012-2016 generational issues. Say what issues?
Transmission and distribution.
Transmission and distribution.
Thank you. To be traffic. So now we have generated from 1,200 in 2012. Jabe drew 3,200. Eti ede na akosoro. Electricity power na nyinama hode na e wo se ekonipa ho no adoso ebe fa he na akọ ekwan a ebe fa so akominu mienu ho no eno no eye kitwa bi improve no enti na Kumasi eye problem no Kumasi a problem if you say northern region there is no generation plant generation nyina e wo south enti demand na doso enti de bia no o se generate a grid for power etweko chino adoso. Into we are transmitting a lot more power on the same lines. Now it transmitted 1,200. No, now we are transmitting 3,000.
I get you.
Into overload. No, now ama low voltage. Aba. An asset system. No, act trip.
Okay.
Now to trip to protect itself. Over here, the presentation agreed for yeah. Almost system across the country. No, I will say it keep you 50 hertz. The production and demand has to be equal so that you have 50 hertz.
Okay.
If there is more demand than is being produced, system better trippy.
Okay.
If there is less, a better trippy.
Okay.
So that is where the challenge is. The challenge now is that we have a lot of electricity. Your electricity be generating.
But you need
So
that means Mahama solve it doom so. Because if your generation capacity, it moving from 3,000.
I have always said, by July 2016, there was the lights were no more going off. By July 2016, the lights in Ghana were no more going off.
But in terms of generation, we moved from 3,000 megawatts to 5,000.
2008 by 2015, 2012, we have 1,200.
2012, okay. And at 2015,
we had gone, all the 5,000 which we have today was procured under the
5,008.
Yes, the 5,000 megawatts were procured.
So Mahama solved them. So
Mahama brought the generational capacity.
Okay.
You see, that's why
that's why you as an independent person,
you can't have your cake and eat it too. MPP for the Biomokase normal to a good financial crisis, now then the buy and capacity charges. That's true. We overprocured the power.
Okay.
But to me, emphasize so do no embono. Now deny the fact that he procured the power.
Okay.
Or no, and I procure power. The 5,000 megawatts was procured by the NDC under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. If you uja to media, that what the Sudan say he overdid it. A canal or the better on the year.
Okay.
It's a two
Kamfuna. Okay. Okay. Honorable Alhaji Amadu Sogo, una na oye chairman of the Energy Committee. Inti unim said they na ETS abre and unim say so said they ababidu. As of 2016, there na a problem no. And as say what are we having now? A doom so and a doom so.
me fu ama me fa we su na me nchia omo a omo tie ye no omo hwe yenso na wonzo so wo mama kwaba because me no phrase
ache free tema
from tema be mfie be du no mini a shase me hu biom ye hu ye ho but me no ntena se program no kre ni se wo mama kwakra nka meka se me sorry akọ because me bra no Ghana for tie ni mo o me don meka se me a politician but asima ho kan de oh no cry ba ko pe me pa cho so wo ko ware ukunu na se mo dan no mo o chemba ho na mo mienu a mpa no se mo hare mo se mo wo 6 ka ho na se the same dana na mo timu a e de ne besi congestion ba de ne ya ho kire be ba ankwara no kura mfifire timi tie bi etimi di yare ba wa hwe kura na ankwara ne bia wu is the same problem menuano the way our canon the except to say from generation and work from 2012-15 kofo no kura kofo be connect say no can yes na your generation total nyina bo my around 1008 okay na okoye na chi ono say okaya or the only 80 per and a home, and that was the reserve, the mines reserve. The mine reserve. Okay. Because now Doomson buy into na or more produce gold for any mining in a car no much romo. Thomas can say, Yan so sentiment transit bank one, Yancy Ababwa, and there will be a friend of the reserve man plant, our modi or mubo 80 megawatts, go 4 times, and what they buy. Apart from that, MPP time amu fashion can any of the generation. And actually, obi beye governance a chain where some we are better so. Ghana ba ko penny wo. And ye nyina so ye bota ye si anim si pese Ghana tumpo na me kwa. Se pese tumpo wa. Adenti na wo se ye kom. Aye se fu amene wo kokumase. O se me de kumase kwa na me penti me kwa akọfa nyamransa akọ. Mensu me se da bi o me da me fa nkọkọ akọ. At the end of the day no efu ahe ne ye ekọ. Mase ebia obedru ejame ebia obenya nkwanhia nyame mpengu ebia memenya nkwanhia the bottom line is nyina adwene sie kokumase. This is what happened. Sa generation now we see you over generate no I just will be a 7 preduasa on planning and a bekasa yanya ne o honi de ne anim because yes obi a wo wa Canada no ohun sunsuno a no odwane o plan ye nyina anim se Ghana ye move from a third to middle income. Yakaso a middle income and ye may be ne susu bia mo consumption of electricity. And a Ghana be say, and is okay say bia me meeting crent me the use electricity. Na say bo bi o tie bia de akurase de oni de won use. Ye nyina ye the same Ghana ne wonte o say pe kwanya ye ma electricity ni ko bia. Number 2, ye nim say na ye big unemployment issue, especially among the youth. Professionals obi person okoye ni kiosk to abi ababa wa wakosua treye o person otena wo ye obi perfita nchembe be welding until there's the need sense on person croford dimirika obi aba krokasie mu kumase nkranta credit amalia I was so utimi bia kwan ebemma woni nani age so wotena akurase na wotimi ya adwuma electricity ya baako akwan ya baako ensuo ya baako enu nti so wokwa ya ora obi ka se me turn me plot a service plotter if we unim say ni boarding as against obi a was me was as wa akokoto nti abasa no there was the need to find out what was the growth of electricity in Ghana. It was between 10 and 12% per year. And electricity be our Ghana for every year no I was seeing between 10 and 12% at the count. Problem here wom dum so man crofo adwuma say me nyama bibra say until say plan ahead. Okay. So kaya president buy no John Dramani Mahama or say on be manage the way I am now managing the parliament. State of the nation address. Was he is coming to fix it because I as a previous government be baba manage near the atara okwa na saba but I was seeing a permanent solution. Now permanent solution no you were immediate, you were medium and your long term. Any him say but some try my crisis by answer na more attempt to say that be crisis now start here so right from Rawlinson's time 1983 e just share no crisis now start here Kufuor time na me deputy ranking for energy. So time the WAPCO buy West African gas pipeline.
Yes.
Kofon a science agreement in between Ghana and Nigeria for the supply of gas. Nigeria was to give us 133 million cubic feet of gas per day.
Per day.
133 million cubic feet of gas per day. That was the agreement. But the maximum yenya was about 80. Now we Nigeria for no that time no mo so afa no mo so aba o expand. And say default regime no regulation o mo dey to say wa mfa ma ye be punish no was just $10 million.
Okay.
$10 million if you fail to supply. And Nigeria na $10 million say Nigerian businessman ba go kra obetumi atua.
Okay.
Ni enso ehia gas. Enti agoba ni say the gas was not coming and reliable. And the force okaya or promise 2005. Oh, yeah, 2006, 2007 gas, baba. We went for
president started so resolve
exactly.
Because me kai say recruitable time na no OVR no for strategic reserve plant we
anti me produce krokra no
onye say mo na NDC for na mo kan ya no sometime ye and all the because mo can mo raise issue about cost. Oh, make I pa recruitable cry interview. Because me call baby and plant no work whatever.
But that time na your government
na president Kufuor time.
And na president Kufuor one appointed recruitable.
So no
na say adini ye papa ni ye car was matamko. John Dramani mama married there no manka. Car power there nyanka. Because we knew what we were doing was right. We insisted.
Okay.
And now Kumasi, America said the Kumasi is part of Ghana. Yet yeah, it's for Ghanaians. And it's a Ghana from baby problem is here. What do we do? Let's all come together and resolve it. I cry or doom so. What can me say me about doom so? What is doom so? What is the effect of doom so? The effect of doom so say, Mako, na me nim time wa makania beba. Me da wa na fo ina ko medina me be ako kwabenya me ko off. Me ho ako off. But me dem nim santi na me start me solar. Me wo me solar panels e gu me dance. Oh, but doom so yam funny say problem and never no this time no near problem na be dey fu ani say man from person o ma accept say doom so dey say there is it shouldn't happen say doom so beba unlike the NDC John time no to say no can it was generation yentimi generate power
but so achrebu say a transmission lines no any distribution in a problem say the momo ho nyina na say problem no
no never ho but near starting till the documents here by transmission from 161 no you started say they call 330 and we have bigger lines it me taking more power
sir
oh yes we check it
procure
yes,
lines
30 years BBS we were starting with Gridco certain the Gridco call on their own books I call France development what
Agence Française Development
on their own book so oh Lord mo ya there we are giving you ska mumfanya sa adwuma no womanka so woman dey kan bank
okay
because that time Gridco was making profit as at the end of 2016 I hand over no Gridco was making profit and then when baby Gridco ka ko
me say they are in debt I know say they are
how much they can publish it we've been asking them publish
Gridco
yes they can publish the debt 2019 figure number 2020 figure number 2018 yenim over 300
do you think say a kana Gridco for airborne e ka ho na omuntu to me expand the transmission capacity
na they expand
that into also more procure because
we started it
some more lines
increase the voltage power no
motor
from 161 Gridco
ahina motor
no it is not I can't sit here and tell you say you told because enya sabe phone now kwa was makoto dabi but what I'm saying is a Gridco nyasika from Agence Française omudi to sa adwuma because they could stand on their feet and they were making profit
into what happened and then said the opening poku can we have a transmission difficulties
they said the same thing okano the same wire no traffic na also into the same cable no say fam into a fam ya system in such a way say voltage need drop say young taking offer the whole Ghana be collapse. To say BC and BC and saying I've forgotten the date.
The 7th of March.
7th March, yes. Almost all parts
the whole
of Ghana.
country. I know a dangerous national security. I mean, pengu. Quite everybody me sorry. By the time I let him run, waji Flaster House, waji Jubilee House, waji Bibia, ya kwa chichiri president. I didn't see. And a national security issue. The whole problem is financial. NDC time, no, it was generational.
Okay.
Generation. And John said, no, me fix it. Who do I question? No, the boat work was there be. Yen I am face it. Yen them, but yen once and for all. And I was there. Katie Hamon was my ranking member.
Yeah.
I remember very well Mary. Katie Hamon got them salaji. Kai 510 million. Nibo adendo there was nkaya 350. Yeba betiso. You remember very well Fua. Omo buy the DNC. Emra womo call Dubai, the same company read by womo lawyer ya or contest ya.
Philip Addison.
Addison num edi achire call ya Dubai DNC. There's one year the uncles Chawasia. Men try home Kobono Chrono. When they came, what happened? Every year we pay $102 million. 5 years it becomes a property of Ghana. MPP by near 2.5 a week. Into mobile no crowd here we most mobile betiso. Someone so I'm maintain what happened. Do you remember I was misled to sign $800 million? President may executive approve Akufo-Addo. An increase from 510 yenya procure yet 2 years, almost 3 years no. So I'm going to call 1.3 billion. Okay. I know ready.
Me Kaisa allegation, but I'm not sure whether it was materialized. Say nothing about minister not at the time.
So it wasn't an allegation. Amra ye buy ye on etiano. And Akufo-Addo say oh chow he was misled because he wasn't told to say this was the thing the man is sign here. One executive approval say enko.
It is binding on us.
Yes.
Okay.
But it didn't because Parliament. I mean, we said no way. Yentimi nyanisa. And Akosi. And this is no. You solve that problem away. Generation problem. You solve away. I got through some transmit it from the mains, you know. Namu de akwa koma ECG car have to come UCG say say no catch obetwane.
Okay. Nti what may I say problem no e financial enye generational.
No generation there.
It is say yamba because omo here ni nyina no. Obi a percent say the okan no ne kania ne beso.
That is the question.
We are bow ensuo to ne kania nsoma no. Yes say obekọ asori je say wato ne ne ma no na madaf bi catch say every week bia wato ne ne ma no de ache say ahmeto because they do me kania sa. Nti opani poku mo na mo war sector enu amu ni ECG ne grid co because unfortunately you afraid ECG you afraid grid co. Omo need clearance no to speak.
You see? And that is where we are coming.
Sometimes I am not focus. I don't know for ECG, but I don't know for grid coma. Omo need clearance to speak. Into omu to me emekasa.
Onaso makasa.
But not exactly. Omekasa. Me representation in na so how send the man.
Grid co MD ti ho, engineer ti ho, ECG MD ti ho, engineer ti ho, media fo nyina by question be busa omo kasa. Nti nza kasa ni omo kasa wi a, e dey bi no omo sanfa nka.
I don't know.
Asem krona, but ma menka asem kitu abi. You see me nya kan asem bi. You see, na at times, no fundamental. Na me can say before you be program, you know, also be a who's a Ghana fundamental problem. Planning. Okay. Planning, they saying, Ayampa, Honorable His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, "Opeso of fix it problem, no." But say, "Okay, say, oh fix it problem now." Then under the heading, no, or certain bullet points. Yeah. Oh fix here. Then you have to look at force security. Until there was a report on force security. I know normal say, oh, Ghana is going to be a net exporter of electricity. Yeah. Until say you can't be generating this amount of electricity there. And no cramp say we have LNG probe AB almost at fuel, normal fuel. They want to procure more electricity because ABI your gas wahano. Until there was a report on force security. The next one was okay. So over increase in generation in there, how would you evacuate the power? Okay, that is where the distribution and the transmission problem comes in. Yeah. I don't think a lot was done at that time for that. But,
okay.
Not a lot was done. Okay. Two things that were not done well. For me, where the power plants normal place, you know, Obiasi Messi power plant. Yes, Obesi were here, also missing or Takra, was missing Tama. All the 5,000 megawatts are in the southern part of the country. Everything. If there is a problem in the south of the country,
the earthquake is here.
BBC, madam, but BBC, our southern part of the country, we are in deep trouble because everything we have is along the coast.
But what went into the decision? Say all the generation in that struggling at the infant in
if we say baby are full on the wall, the pipeline is coming from Nigeria.
Okay.
So the pipeline, so you need the pipeline to be shorter.
Okay.
But you see, there could have been a long-term plan. That's where the planning is important. Long-term planning is saying, do we necessarily need pipeline? How much does it cost? Maybe you get a pipeline in the next 4 or 5 years. No, you buy a pipeline called Borga, gas pipeline. And you have a plant in 4 or 5 years. Okay, the National Infrastructure Plan says Ghana by 2047. No, I will see 50 megawatts of electricity. If that is the plan, okay, the population will be about 51 million. What is
by
it?
then?
By then, that is the estimate that by 2047 our population will be about 51 million, and at that time we will need about 50,000 megawatts of electricity. We can't generate all of them in the south. Now, no, Osha projects are air cost near ama problems. Nabana, there is MEDA-funded Pokuase substation and Kaswa bulk supply. French Development Agency, the Agent Français for the which is the Tema Accra Akosumo Achimota. Sorry, Volta Achimota, which also goes through the Tema Accra. So the Volta Achimota reinforcement. Then there is the Kumasi Kintampo, which is a 330 kV line, which my brother talks of. Then, which is the Volta Achimota lines. All these projects should have happened 2-3 years ago.
Oh, sir.
Most of them. You see, the French agency say planning engineers for that jatum say going forward no I will say expanding. French agency by along the line no omu here guarantee. No longer just giving you money. It took about 1.5 years for the government and the parliament to approve some of these
just
things.
Guarantee
na omu here no. But you see na so do no me there. MCA the be politicians no do. Technocrats and civil servants. We don't mention them. What does the politician do? I've worked in the ministry before. So I know what civil servants and technocrats do. Omu na a problem. Technocrats and civil servants are the problem.
And why are they the problem?
Mamika say minchro PIAC. What's a PIAC?
PIAC, yes.
Okay. From 2015 to today, every year be a PIAC report bar, they have a problem with utilization of oil revenues.
Yes.
Is there one person who has been there politically from 2015 to today? No. So NDC PIAC had problems with utilization of oil revenue. MPP by up till now, PIAC still have a problem. So it tells you say who is there. Who is the common denominator from that time till now? It's the civil servant.
It's civil servants, no more forms. So
they are the ones who listen. Director of budget is the civil servant at the Ministry of Finance. All the people who look at the national budget and say, "Oh, okay, me and we ma energy, me and we nkosha." They are the ones. Maybe the politician will instill in him, so, "Oh, akwan we yenye," but ye vete minister Ken Ufreata. Ubi Busani said there is a Supreme Court ruling that a certain amount of money, I will say the District Assembly Common Fund, says Kano up to now, and Koi, and Wahifa, also Maka Official. Ufu Safani Busa Ambrano, I don't know. It's the civil servant who distributes.
But that's why they are political supervisors.
No, I know, but the point is that you see, yes, but all this up, Subono, Ebebo politician, and if I be Subo Parliament. Because they also have the oversight.
But thank you. So
the parliament who approve the appropriation, what are their oversight?
Okay.
Oh, it's easy for us to do the political blame game. Okay. Oh, NDC and MPP and but for me, if we know, say, in 10 years, they will see a CSR project way. And it's not for lack of action, say, technocrats, no more grid, no ECG, no, Omunko Busa Ministry of Finance for SCA, and also Omunko Energy Ministry for SCA. What I say, like back to what Nana Mechiche say, NDC under a certain John Dranima did well. He procured the electricity, the generation. But what was the planning that went into to where we are today? And for me, I think that was lacking. The force security, they did some work on there, but the transmission and distribution
they
didn't know.
Okay, into whom honorable, now we are chairman of the committee at the time. I then open it okay, no credit. Someone enough money and share transmission and distribution. Kadum so in Kema.
No, you can't do two things at the same time. When
but you can do it.
Are limited. Hold on.
Okay, when resources
are limited. It wasn't commandment.
Okay.
Okay. Also, my main correcting the idea I talking about. Me feel say civil servants and blame in the for piak. You know the oil mania. Yadi oma to so omona count to no mo yushe mo no. Omo de portuba. Omo accuse government. Say government has not been able to account for a certain amount of money under the oil revenue. Omo accuse say the chief director na adi. Omo de ombebo say abanye wo anasikan wo use chire as we talk now, you know almost about 2 billion. Chire yen say sika we ewo hin because wona wo use sika. The civil servant will say, but you see, the way you are young, can say, hey, appointments, no, both NDC and people, high. Oh, can we say, Gridco, managing director, Tio, ECG, manager, Abiana, VRA, and so on, check and see how many of them are technocrats.
The Gridco MD.
Okay. So Gridco MD is a technocrat.
I say ECG boss on Budu.
ECG is a technocrat, but he was brought in from outside.
Outside.
New York. But New York, to be fair to him, New York is in charge of electricity.
Yes, but in terms, when he says technocrat, somebody or what?
38 years.
Gridco MD.
Oh, okay. 38 years.
Excellent. Now that is what fine. Or can you find I am far? That is another thing.
Okay.
Look, Gridco, someone in share one and someone back at the one. A serious. But who can was it, Massa? Me can say, see, I cry on Becca said, you no crabbing guy. No crassa or Ghana. Who can say, look, there is a lot of worker. Yes, 30, say, first and foremost, you need to get the generation. When your generation, every out to know now how to evacuate that. And yes, I be a nebi ni ho. Our lines in war, I echo.
One can say,
but they say, no person will move ball. I don't make us here start here grid because I made this paper way my 2011 start here to 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015.
Any document, Ben Pacho?
Oh,
2015
major review proposal Gridco.
Okay.
Oh, about Yang as a committee. You're from so much what was happening.
Okay.
2015, 2016 into 2017. Nobody thought to say. Look at the time. I mean, that piece of work by July, no officer can any
generational issue.
Generational problem. So after that, you know, everybody, including ABM, you know, if he say John would still continue for the next 4 years. And it is true, sir. You
now you say John be continue as more can share doing
that be because na me na who tie
I think I can in general
also me know me and
not me specifically say when I'm talking about Ghana for
because na who tie Ghana for here so na the way we praise no
2016 oh but 2016 don't know but the signs were on the walls and this will lose
oh well me I didn't know when that would
also power and sometimes I now 2016 they now were ground
no campaign
my can't.
Before so can generally.
I was saying is say, yeah, to maybe after we resolve the generational problem, after evacuation, and ECG and Gaza. Also, almost said that was the term MCC by
yes, compact.
Compact. No paper. Opa me the mount. Compact. Tell my sign here.
Joint memorandum to Parliament by the Honourable Minister of Finance. Okay. So we are ratification of the second compact of the Millennium Challenge. And you when President Atamos led to PDC. Yes, PDS. Where is when President Mills called President Kufuor to assist him, no? For the second compact. And your first compact.
Compact 2.
Compact 2 energy
related, which led to PDS.
Okay. Exactly. Okay. Compact 2 in there be say no. The compact 2 came and as long as there be say no we
distribution.
It talks a lot about it.
Okay.
But okay,
so your point is NDC shall share with the compact 2 no to solve the transmission no distribution problem say the ba kan ya ne betimi akọ
enya no nkwampo gridco oboa gridco ama gridco nya sika from agence française so mo di ba be piem hwe na wo kan bibi to say ni nyina wo down yes we is not I was sour but not too much sour and now hwe akosombo Kintampo substations are no more ye kesipa wo hwe Tamale substation no more yo mo evacuate straight to Tamale now ko hwe Bolga substation ni nyina under gridco this were things say wontimi nsi bi faster ene na wasi no nya aye obetimi dia evacuate akọ so all these things started but see a problem ni say continuation so because say dum so ene wom na say what solve way ba to get the courage and say look what solve dum so generation need any problem but your problem with APR evacuation me I don't call it transmission evacuation or to the other end and sign ECG for afa yenyina no yenim say MCC no they had condition precedent
yes true
what kind way are they were condition precedent did we follow it we didn't there were so many things to the point is that we had to lose
150 million
190 million
for the PDS
yes.
when
it was cut
yeah.
Americans said
it's a breach of contract
$190 million minia and just it can do a lot of work
so it Oshema PDS no can ho na yenya the current problem
well me can say PDS can ho na yenya I will say yan concession process no and no can ho na baby adwuma bi osanke ye no yan because of here Pokuase substation ne Kaswa ball point here say under middle for
yeah just start your crash we discussed it
come back to cost e bi anka 190 million so buy no so project bi no so be boa
okay
wow
and so enke solve is that PDS me and me sure ne mapa say yes PDS ade ya nkwa ye tro kan say de ye na ka by now enke ye sika now ye betimi solve lines na de kan ya ne kokuma se ne other places
famuko a lot of money because look whatever you do who here sika na o de ayesa adwuma we grid ko here sika grid ko dika aban tuanika Ekabibre, as I talk to you now, about 313 million in 2018. 2019, yes, almost
313 million.
Yes, in 2018, I can't agree with you.
313 million.
Yes.
Okay.
2018.
CDs. Ghana cedis and dollars.
CDs.
Okay.
2019, I'm told to say, we can call 3 billion. A card now.
But then a cost of cano.
Now, who the supply into our car? Where the way is car?
ECG4 na dey saka
ECG4 the car omuntuai enti what do you do and ECG4 so abandon the car abantuai and aba yenzu ne be say bibia kura ba say okay ya tias ye covered aba ye ma free electricity then if you are working say o ma free electricity there's nothing like free also we see generating all the ama and you need to pay the people and this workers will be electricity they are from a government and you know here Nasa woman will supply free the whole Ghana. No one job. How do you expect them to work? How do you get them to pay?
This is news to me, pa.
Oh yes, that is what is happening.
COVID free electricity. Cannot abain chiaye. Cannot na cripple.
Capre abain chiaye. Go and check from electricity.
Mamin clarify.
It's na me pen na pono.
Mamin clarify kakra.
We are aware.
You see, ECG. Is owned 100% by government. Now, when ECG in Hieska are buying Ministry of Finance and my guarantee, into more or less the debt, a core Ministry of Finance, which is you call GOG, Government of Ghana. Say a bar say ECG for a buying the Osha Honorable Peter Mewu issue statement. He said, only ECG for neti. Now, even at that point, ECGT, ECG, there was a statement that Honorable Peter Mewu made. What they did, they said, now ECG were contractors are Omudi Omoka. Not Omuntumintia. Ministry of Finance found money and paid those contractors on behalf of ECG. And now, Omuskeda, there's this SCADA network, and the intelligent network ECG for no omuya say ebia outages for her it mean informing central system command no so SCADA machines no as at November last year Ministry of Finance gave something around $150 million to contract to build those things. And na really and truly no say ubika say I buy the ECG car. Na a net off because I buy the back or say metia sika way on behalf of ECG. And metia on behalf of ECG no. Many ECG transi. Na say ye ka say ye netia ECG bedemeka. Minim say o tiasia.
Obedo ka say titi
free mo yes because the honorable Kano metenase. There are three main areas that government indebtedness to ECG keeps building every day. And they be ameka. Say time wa ye nua Minister Jakun ebeka say oko vetting. Koka say this ain't carrying it. We need to solve it. They ain't carrying it, right? Can't say Brofuno.
Brofuno says
ain't carrying it. This is a problem. He ain't carrying it.
So no
American, yeah. Oh, just yeah. He ain't carrying it.
I see. Okay, interesting.
On a lighter note, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that we knew in 2017 said there was a certain amount of debt. The Bia Mekase Muja, a 2B. Now, first thing you do is you stop the bleeding. Then after ujai bleeding now I then what chrono ano. So you enjoy the real carrying of debt. Now you can say yes so and possible because there are three areas: MDA's indebtedness, all state-owned enterprises indebtedness. Then there's subsidies which government is supposed to now pay, which is the lifetime customer. So even the first three areas, yeah, hospitals, schools, barracks, police, electricity, car, Yamomu prepaid from John Man, certainly John Dramani Amreso. Any car say Yamfa prepaid and cost institutions, Yamfan Koi. And Tisauka say a canny 2.2 billion in 2017. In 2018, Ibiabeka.
Okay.
In 2019, Ibiabeka.
But are you saying, says, a canning tea? And ECG yes, cancer sound distribution lines.
No, I'm saying that the indebtedness now you can't want no. The energy sector indebtedness. ECG the grid could cap. VR the way cap. Way the way can. Because say oka say OGG OBS car. A buy is one of the biggest consumer.
Okay.
And you no yes cano ama ECG. ECG has a deficit because all sharp hospitals, schools, barracks, police barracks, military barracks, all these areas is paid by government.
Okay, but Penny, to say the Abrantian, no, I'm here forum, Abrantian, no, your consumer, by say, Ghana near or Checania, and fire home a car ECG day, and fire home Mograph, no, dear Moko presentation, Mokoye, no, and fire home Brofak, I see there's a Moka and transmission, and one, do you hear this or young Cania? It's a young solution, no. A better than ECG and Yesica, assassin and womana, a Checania and if you power distributors, a power generators, or at the comma grid co. Na grid co so assassin and homano, said a bank Cania and a beko kumase, a beko sunyan, a beko techimai, a beko slim, and cry force to Benio Modia. Na ECG's force was assassin, ya better than you to me, sir.
Medium, if you say, I will say Yeshemra, and Nina go back to Parliament.
Okay.
In Brazil, say there should be a certain percentage of our national budget that goes to infrastructure in the energy sector.
Okay.
In him say it be a 5% or 2% or 3% of our national budget is for energy infrastructure. Energy infrastructure, whether it's distribution or for evacuation. Word evacuation. So whether say yebema transmission, whether I say yebema distribution, and not there. It is decided by the energy committee in Parliament. But at least, say to me, yes, sir, say this percentage of our national budget every year, or we can even do a percentage of GDP. We can say so be a 5% of our GDP is to go into energy infrastructure. And not buying year on year to say this can be shipped. Because all say there's this talk of, we say a financial, we say there be a technical. I'm just say, problem ni moi. A technical challenge because the problem no how no into a technical challenge. But in the long term no a financial because afibia no unfesika na also the question no enkushim enti say ye sika available enti na me de so do ni bi ebo technocrats no say technocrats ni nim say and civil servants ni nim say e was say 5% of GDP national budget e energy infrastructure enya free na obi koye presentation akopacho say mamiskasi.
Okay.
So for me, that allocation of money to energy infrastructure will be the problem solver. The solution, yes.
On a measure bound champion, I say, disika energy infrastructure, say, and can a humana chinkane, because they say, when Namma Yati, as I say, Sa doom so way about Mahama Bresso, nay generation. Yet Mahama solve generation every year. Say, doom so na ebano, a transmission, any distribution, humanoa. Kani anu nemu a free grid ko any ECG eno na Emma dum so no eban say problem no mama ya solve mama ko ahoma ne sana me honorable Alfred Obimbo atin
na eno na wo kanu wo ka say distribution here I financial
financial mo
that is the end result
which is what I am saying say any
a certain
percentage
I will come there I'll come there technical then the certain bia won na come upgrade ya say
and remember as chairman of the committee at the time
we did something to solve that and it's here
mpacho me ba na wa document mama because omo tie ye no omo hwe ye pese na ye ma solution said that ben na udum so ne beja
yes suggest solution ye dey
oh sasa we the committee we are suggesting by honorable and no na be citizen na MP ba what you may busa no questions na wo so who minister because we can editorial ministry no ka wo so to me busa omo question well eno ne asem honorable Alfred Obin deputy chairperson of committee no so also enya emergency wo ono so ni former boss for penny na machebedwani wo bibie ni ayan so be ko honorable anope mo ache
ma fe no amehwe na hu
akuya mejo so ma minya correction that me member of the committee.
Member of the committee.
Minya deputy chairperson.
Okay yo. No what then no pe uni ha say o ka so obeba.
Em say your friend me no or communicate ye or say mo na me be kasa. Intina me say mo be friend me my say this name mo.
Oh there be. Na ye here wo studio. Na ye here wo.
Next time o ka some be studio or adi so mbe here in studio as one of the fellows no be water.
Me pacho mate. Me pacho mate. Next time we be clarification. But no pacho wo na wo ye. Mpacho say. Oh okay. You ene ya te wase adwebre fa che. Honorable mpacho wo betimi acheche as aban nipa wo government side e committee ne so no. Sa ka ne ye edundum sesi yi. Mo solution bi a mo as committee no maka ho asema na. Because they say wunu anu ma wo ha no yero apoku ni honorable Sorgo a on na ye chairman of committee no sabre no e parliament. O say omu nyina age atum say transmission any distribution e ma dum so no ba sesi a ehoma na nkane annamu no. Nti mo as committee as say mo ye adwuma of parliament no. Mo solution bi ma sa problem no.
Yo minia ba na power fidie so na mentia Ghana fo nyina nkan bibia ya so be kwai map mani nyina
yo
minia no mo kan no ne kwai so ano no say me kura no a budget no ye kan ho asem and I think I was one of the of what and MPs are contribute to here na be so me kan ye kan nyina pe ano your problem no it's not generational issue and any cost also namely a transmission issue now yes so any clear say transmission problem na you fit see no abai no wo act proactively see no enye say normal no adura gu ena abai no all platform maso the fear no problem you fit me say you who say or how no eba into years far no said the be ya said the road bia akra maso fight near you who say the next 1 year 2 years there e be to three aka far e be ye yinemu get started na ya renovate final na say but the area no so ya ye no
okay
it's way two ways and I said a problem by a solved okay, almost 2013 to 2015. Amagana for the way to say no beer or your wool. Almost kaya or how no see it. It's not generational capacity, not a formula. Yeah, very piano, this is a account. And sana, the two as sana, a piano will be also in the ancient Atlantic. Now, you buy it. Osha, Okiase, box supply. Now, I know station I work for. Say, yen travel my name, say, yan, son, or how no, now, who yen, I said, you year a quiet year, no, you better be a set a broken car and say, Kakra. Now, in and I said, more fat in chain, according to the new price, Kakra said, okay, house. It's a non Pusuno. Now, we try to see from water to the great line from water to Achimota to Mala. And yet, said you a beautiful, then so you say, and Chibia, Janet idea. Then so a best payer, my Yasia, adopting method, no reactive approach. I say, not all over say will solve a problem. No. But the best way, and say over here, a friend is saying, over proactive, basic proactive approach.
Okay.
That's the idea. You have to say best say. You and claim my name. And say any team of the CR, the to me, Ubia to me, Kanya. Now, time now, almost years no to manage it. And say, to me, a day, a do say, one more years, and you know, life, you know why it's like I say, you know why you must say, you technicians being there. It's in almost air canal. It's unpotent someone. You know, almost air yard. It's here, and the only thing I can say, oh, you almost ye. Say, dear Scout, come to me last year. But the same is the last year, so near Yausha could be after the year. Last year, and I hear yeah, you could be after the year. So I'm not for that. It's a never will because we are piano, and yet. Small community that affect to almost yes, I say in constituency. It's Abuazi to Duba on offense to assign so I will be being and also be quite consistent. That is line back on. Okay. Yes, line. It's any time Piana or and say all this catchment area from western south to western north. That line on there, so finding you better. It is the only say. 8 hours and no be hold you man no my off after 8 hours na omo am my life.
Okay, but honorable honorable party say a solution a problem na mo solve na transmission lines and unti na madum so no abasesi ano ana.
Yes, I don't idea ba e no here water stations so e no so ye ni enti no so mo nyina mo admit say e generational capacity. Almost admitted. Say a problem now is not generational capacity.
It is honorable one so to say NDC for solve generational problem no.
Oh, say NDC for generational problem no. Almost you to baby. But or how are you not a higher kakra say? And I'm so almost trans say Emma dear no a fire and almost solve. Yeah, but
honorable almost say almost now a problem ne by there, but generation say kania ye tumi no na organa ha no mutumi e solve problem ni na ma munya excess.
Oh, say you can say excess now what can no and ready also you see I have banner ye power producing companies you know ye no ye renegotiate prices you know because power
it almost solve ye ba ebo no na dey ntimuru negotiate almost solve ye but ebo no na dey na mo negotiate am na ba for me bo
almost because the CIS yes, so I amount for almost 400 megawatts. Amount for the of you said you're doing under our watch.
Yeah, but honorable, Ameri for the almost generate and saying and I pricing a generation negotiation and we are pricing as them and Amoka.
Yeah, Ameri. Ameri need the uncle by any say they relocated to Kumasi, said you're there. Moment you know, put up now, oh, yeah, a cost of transmission also, a cost of the above Masia. Now, my transmission cost, you know, and we American, any what amount, and you know, Amenti na sisi ano almost 200 megawatts.
Okay.
We are amenti so I can say another one and say me there you have another one also here 400 almost here first phase which is 200. I think will be almost 98% completion. And see no almost here can say almost to me you know almost contract almost be it's say 10 the amount let's say almost media and yeah that can say yeah war asset and no yeah try say yeah by yeah the problem for Burkina yeah any problem with that and I don't think say no the continue solve and no need so issue.
Okay, say honorable Pachokoso
the issue I'm being to see the production cost and I say cost of energy and no any problem.
Would you say a cost of energy and I say distribution no ne transmission fee grid ko na ekọ ECG woni de free ECG ho ekọ nkofo fie no ene e car e wo ho
e car no gina no say obi be ye the anti grid for omo kwama ECG ko na omo de na omo so de omo fa so be to so engineer dey akoto ade a say the obi si ato no say ne bo edin ya ne tie bia also koton wa ne bo be de e be de enti no go na omo ton ade na nkasa no ama ye no that's the omo produce no e no na ye negotiate I think say at the time where you approve budget no na energy ministry me yet say omo wie ba ko they are on the second one no so no almost to advanced stage.
Okay.
But yeah me see yes me na to topic na ti see an ema kokko ye mu hihye wo mu na me de if you say Ghana for mum e boy abaso say yan train amano mano and you see electricity answer no a system e say human being na and na wo na wo mu ti di ye na produce yiye na wo veins capillaries any arteries na and also they call various parts of the body no if you must see a 8 me enti wo try ama emuasi na aboyare ama doctor akwaji wa ko ejo to wa wutumi ye adwuma
okay
and na ni won so odwene ne ho no so say the owo ko ye na wo ye adwuma yi wo hwe na dia ku fili se ho do kakra obi be tia tra wa ye adwuma na o tira wa stand for adwuma change wa ko then say the next day na show na doctor aju wa ko pra be 1 month 2 months na wutumi ye adwuma na wo be tumi so akọ hospital say ne in fact 30 minutes na 1 hour na me for enko treatment ni mpon na mu mo treatment no tumi akọ adwuma no e no be no proactive approach na ya adopt no
ba na bo obeka say ye proactive say 4 years ni na matena abamu enka mu disika ma ECG anase grid ko a ena nko mo de sensa ehoma no a because grid ko na kasa me hwe o mo report mu no o mo aka say the capacity of our transmission lines no problematic e was nka by now yi o mo homa no aye dada bebre tete ehuma enti entumi mfa nkane adodo na FM nti kan by now ko masesa ka 4 years ya mobile na ka mudi sika shemu na omo sesa asa ahoma no ECG for so nya sika e na omo sesa asa ahoma no asenka that would rather be proactive chances say ya ehuma dada no ana omo use enti wo se ye mama baso no ye mama baso for ehuma dada no ana say e dey honorable
ye omo eka no e relative ne omo kadisia no e relative
wa mo ECG ana agree code ye no
the green code na eka so na wa kan chere mtiti ya say a relative the timing no say me almost acting say a start critical as they say in India so I can see our parameter I can normal agent them but I do yeah no in fact say yeah last year the last 2 years the last 3 years yeah I can yes but even at that time na make sure say the same thing na kubia say bulk distribution no yeah who juma last year say what the Ghana out in here say the crowd can want them say dun so na ba na no say yes me nyina emu eti ye hwe the ba ko a ya ye hwe bi no gospel bi after ya anya to be an against them eti quickly no ya ye and then I me cause aboa me see am go me one 50 ye line ye na omu ye juma e wo so ye edi bia e okay but you say the okay na ye no enu get 2 years na be say it will share your budget team one. Yeah, in sister station, I was on offense. You change the premise 161 kVA line now. It's your friend say Abuaze, and they but in power on open, not a sign about a siren so. You say, yes, switch, you know, switch yard, and Abuaze, so 151 kVA and 310.
Oh, we are Nina say NDC for power purchasing agreement here, okay, almost inside be at the time. Because me our crisis, I was almost solve generation. Can I do I bet me anwa e wo Ghana mu nema obia enya bie no. It on about that ben and na sa dumso minim say obeka say dumso say power outage semantics in there. But that ben can I be gina so enum that ben.
Maybe me give say can I ne sisi a ye kan say can I ne enyina so. Na ye nge so na ye yusu line no as a case ya. Ebetumi gina so na emu engineer so aye almost technical people no all in timelines so be ye had ye ya make say mefa Abuaze to assign so dia lines no wa hu say aye however if it dey say o ka do ana aye dada ka do betumi akwa ya djuma be bia busumu sia but obi ono so ye ni say David ma me fa ka ni maintenance enti no corners of a tire that time car the far enko. And that is the time one. No, almost do your light and say, part-time or service. And yeah, that talk at last after the day. I didn't feel gram and because look, 2016 to 2013 to 2016. Not I didn't mention it, you know, okay. There was nothing they could do. So only years for me, that is for me.
Okay.
Then when I say, that is the time where you to me your life. But I believe that we are acting proactively. Now, you buy here, we don't see any system. It's normally be almost the agreement on person time for production of ground. They say it's me injected to tap into it, try to fix yourself and also, yeah, solve that problem. No, generation also, because one of my person signer, because them so one trade, I almost say, yes, you produce.
Okay.
Now, one a better that we need to obey no actress and then vocabulary, no, and it's your neck of one. I said,
okay.
Okay. Almost two of and yet do so. We need the way people understand do so.
It's and yet do so. It's honorable. You can't do because of the which them say a maintenance and more days and humanoa. You're more into the saying.
Oh, and I make sure I say, do some here what I think is but the do so the any wealthy granted the energy efficiency. Who now who can the now run na osa and no crack every friend do so. Okay.
Okay. Honorable, but just one last thing. Ube Giatum say, free can ya mo de man for a can who be na ECG edekano. Cause much you says can my ECG for there. Cause ECG for so muniska, de best sound mo money be. Sa free can ya na mo de man Ghana for cover time no. Much you home can World Bank to carry mama ECG na. Hello, honorable. I don't know about human article. Honorable Alfred Obin, a member of the Energy Committee, MPP side, here because our parliament or purchasing agreement so energy seminar, almost on a 2 about more answerable to young Ghana for now. You do a call parliament, no, or see any doom so into Kanya no duma, or the doom keke, maintenance and no more, and you doom so. To what wolf you know, what to need.
Well, you see, I have a challenge. You see, more a very good presenter will be station Acrobato. What's his name?
Acrobato.
The program. I know.
Real news. The real news.
Or can't or say I know.
Who knows tomorrow?
Who knows tomorrow?
Who knows tomorrow?
So he tells you. He looks at or him. Idea will be who I very obvious. Ebia be can fan who ebia any. But straight away no. Or can't Eddie can't some fan who. Who knows tomorrow? In the same way, I catch the You see, me ya say ya na ye nyanum binu into me. What is in the word doom so? Really and truly, what is in the word? You see, there's nothing in the word doom so. Ghanaians are very discerning. O ka se enye. Oh, ojetum. Oka nya dum na oka nya so a e dum so but e also who say e bia aban no born homodin say but emom no enye se a problem bi a na wo ho na yen ye se ya solve no eno na asan ba simple but when o static as dum so afi na o dey dey na o dey kwa ho na o dey kwa ho because Ghana ni say dey wo kan otifie no ne kan ya so ne kan ya dum e born ani pre sa Saturday last week Saturday there was a problem in Accra. Before our problem ne buy no light no for bare 2 minutes no na ekobasa time one trasaku ho no transmission line bi no so you nyina nim say problems wo but
openi say wo to tenase so say we enye generational issue na 2012 2015 wo kra wa kasa asem no na we de ne say omo sesa enhoma yi a wo kro ya wo complaining no transmission any distribution lines nti e ya hu ya say omudum kane no no almost sesa nti enye dum so omo ye maintenance keke
but maintenance you see I don't have problem with me wo say a lot of people keep mentioning maintenance o share grid co for ni ECG for presentation obianka maintenance asemo maintenance is not mentioned anywhere to have a challenge when I was there when gridco and ECG their presentation there are construction work construction is different from maintenance. Because okay maintenance afi na akofa insem pia ba ntia na de bia ye maintenance na kan ani nyi sei o ya say but o share insem a ye kana there are 4 major projects are ekoso e ba say machines no overload dia na atrepe enunti no endwuma 9 a ekoso e wa e man fa ni nyina no Kumasi Kintampo 330 kV it will help the central part of the country the tema the Achimota Volta Achimota eno ye Accra tema de na Greek for ye no eno so beboa na afi waba Pokuase Kaswa box supply point and supply then waba your friend is saying other projects are ekoso eno no chechiri musa say eno na ebeba na aso problems na e wo ho na no but come maintenance for me is a problem because it is not maintenance.
When you maintenance.
No, nobody has mentioned, but nobody has mentioned maintenance. It's construction. So I don't want us to make the conversation say a maintenance in tea and
a doom so, but a maintenance as a construction. Because we are also on honorable.
Your problem being in an quality oh, wow, oh, near me, we are Kumayi Kenyan on Peso by Fred Dumso because Omen did the word Dumso by and John Draman Mama's time.
MPP for the
buy. Yes,
the Ghana for the
let's be fair. Oh, yeah, okay, so they buy it. That is exactly what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. And Womo did G2 and Womo the bar parliament because Woman at the bar, ya. Masan Sambi Brewa, I can abontain. But original Parliament House. Nasa woka, nasa ye capture.
Our hands
are the noir. And Muna me can.
Okay.
Until the first time I said Dumso officially was said in Parliament by MPP said Dumsaba and it has been captured. But I'm not saying so. Tie, when you know Kobe in maintenance, why not just say maintenance? Ever since Nkrumah time, Akosombo. Never just and megawatts. Every day be a maintenance. Now that I know they came from the maintenance. If for a very long time, they be in doom light and so. Also, because they doom so those days before they doom so ever.
Okay.
Yes, oh, by Bia say ye be any year near years or Mubenya way, ye catch rain, and ye doom so. Doom so says, see, make a say. Numbers and copies say. I didn't know Mummy who say, have a co off, a hand off.
Okay,
time a man for. And your man say, Ghana, I did back one Ghana for
but what is the minister and Apo a catcher almost say ECG grateful for Mra, no new Montana, and for instance, baby to Kumasi say, Omutumia shadow, a mom. Talk,
Massa.
On a point, or Mumra Metana, Napoleon, Casamete, send a poker say, then a poker, and I'm yamming in a poker side.
Oh, but
would they church once?
Okay, now Bokaine say, when your letter from Mida.
Okay, Ampa, no, I mean, that's what he said. Letter from Mida.
Mida Bonamania say, Pokuase Kaswa project na Omubabe complete. No, it was say contractors new demand. They say, Yindum Kania no more, no more near Jumana or Medru. But you might do need there, or see you doom Kania, Emma Omo. Now, a baby doom Kania, and no na ECG need Greek for Tenasi. ama schedule for area na be affected.
Okay.
Now that area no malam to the Kaswa area.
Okay.
A hope and be affected.
Okay.
Okay.
Granted, send your
Kumasi nkan ho. Se Kumasi so mo ye supply.
Omo they are two just say Kumasi between now and August no expect to say ubenya light disruption between 9 and 11 because of the overloading. No?
Okay. Line.
Okay.
No. Okay. Honorable Shogo.
Minia. Ye nyina echi o kasa no o se atena asia na niama ne seye te se ne adum so no I started with JM so me catch us a four time we went through the same problem.
Ku for solve a problem no JM atamos by na dum so ni ho.
No, I'm coming na bia na onim na yedum eso ba ne antu ni din dum so
Atabeka said ne wo fa se call saloon. Okay, so story. His Excellency Atamils, may so rest in peace. Obekai, oya press conference. Oh, more for CB call saloon. What's it there? Light would do muscle. He said
that
it
was 2009.
No, yes, that was 2000.
Because I remember
2010. No, there was we had light problems.
It started around 2010. But President Kufuor Kono solved the problem.
When Atamils actually spoke about lights going on and off because his niece had an encounter at the saloon, which His Excellency Atamils told us about it in a press conference.
Okay. You know, Yamfani said you are correct. How did President Kufuor solve the problem? Because the time no generating makers say only 80 megawatts are a year reserve mine in the buy.
Na buin kan say President Kufuor na ye bu.
We time President Kufuor fiance na buiba, we me kan be yedi koko.
Koko na yedi ko ye collateral. Yes, he started it.
He started the project, but and you on the commission say start to say
he started it.
Oh yeah, he started it. Yakotenase yakododo one yakotenase 30,000 metric tons of cocoa per year. Yeah, it was 620 million. I know everything about it. When I started, Yakasinia was Shaz and Pankruma and air drawings. A champion by air drawings. Kofosi Canan so, and Atamezis Cabecao. And then I make catch row. Kofosi Canal, Yana, Yan Yesoman, so Atamez 170 million and a becao.
And no increasing capacity.
And son, it is 399 megawatt, and he did call 400 because. Na me ho ntimi nim ne court.
Na 300 and I
99. And I rounding up I 400 by 399. Oh, any problem Kufuor resolve you. There was doom so up and down.
Nti eye de na esan ba bio. Said they no honorable can say mo na mo tena hwa na ma ne baaye. Nti na na fa twetwetwe mo.
I know me can say in the first place we needed gas. From Nigeria, 133 million.
Again, and also now President Kufuor resolved with West Africa gas pipeline. Me na cover the coverage of the EFN's short cutting.
Where we?
Asogli. Me na me report the coverage of it. And yeah, Asogli, but gas there no.
See, that was the agreement. That supply is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The agreement says 133. Nigeria at one time was giving us only 30 million.
Okay.
And it wasn't coming. Okay, go and evoke the clause. You bet you 10 million amount. And you know, you're saying we can't talk. And all those terms, also we say every year, Ghana electricity growth for between 10 and 12%. And it's that time, that was the time we embarking on mass rural electrification. Kofobi Bray Yamfanko. Also we say 2000. I'm not Kofoba Bayano. Okay. Kofoba Bayano, mills Bayano, Obestate. Yeah, I remember said we had 3,000 units, communities. We had another 1,840 communities. We had 540 communities. And
also the pressure to
of course, yeah, the electricity covered there. Well, Pamuno Chano at the end of the day now MPP bano. Now you will install capacity of 5,018. And almost say that time when I peak was 2,200 and the move we are called 28 just recently
2 days ago.
Yeah, 3,178.
No, we've gone past 3,200 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. So I knew of 3,178. Okay, so we've just gone.
On Wednesday we went past.
We've gone past
3,200 on Wednesday.
Excellent. So it means to say, we have a difference between installed capacity and available capacity.
Okay.
Wow, I'm a finance minister and coach now. And what worker say, yeah, install capacity and for so be any soon. He wasn't even thinking about the available capacity, available electricity. Electricity in generating fund to all.
Okay.
In generating Casami this year. No. Who generating no? It is the demand no and a labor. Into that is it. Yeah, question ye Pisani say. MPP buy and 1 year ni. Buy and 4 years. They are now in their 5th year. They have taken a loan of 172 billion. What have they done with that money? I was here when we don't have a generational problem.
200 and a
172 billion.
172 billion.
Only Nana within 4 years.
For energy.
No, me say
generally.
Me say
okay. That's no the your friend saying free SHS and other things. Free
SHS 3.7 billion and can we home. Please. Ma be deceived. It has nothing to do with the loan.
Only asking.
Please and can. Until I know the different crowd. At the end we dey me pese bet na haye blame game. Problem aba. Hey, some mo power mo friend any name Ghana for me friend dum so.
Okay.
And that is the most important. Okay. Because the end result is say co-store owners, you heard about them. Press conference wo fishing na say. Amam for mo di electricity adwuma mo say o ntimi nya adwuma biom. And ya say pam no twa no ni nyina ne say macho. My timetable na ye hu me kwa koto salmon na salmon enche say. Me ntonic say na me hu boy, me for timetable, me the bar, Mobaka say dum so.
You see, okay. Let me explain a bit on the timetable issue.
Yeah, I'm coming. I wanted to because I don't know time say anywhere. Okay, listen, with him. Before MPP Emranu, there were certain ongoing projects. Now we can say the DNA now chai. Tell them I did. Yeah, Afienia substation. So what Afienia substation? Now we're building it. You can write them down, my brother. Abuazi Prestia 330 line was under construction.
A transmission line?
Yes.
Okay.
Pong power evacuation project.
Okay.
Was under construction. Prestia Kumasi 330. Prestia Kumasi 330 line was under construction. Dunkwao 330 substation was under construction. These are ongoing projects. When we requested them, this is almost 2016 because this was brought to us on 27 October 2015. Okay. Okay? And you know these projects, they don't take 1 month, 2 months. It's a long-term project. Then we had Bando KJB 161. That voltage line was under construction. Achimota Malam, so okay, yeah, the 161 was for upgrade. Then we have Kumasi, Kintampo, Tamale, Bolega 330. Now grid could started because that was the money now no money no. So all these things no were under construction.
When you say more report all these projects also in their report. So when I must start here.
Yeah, I'm taking it from me my report. I'm not going to their report. My report from Parliament. Me must sign.
Yeah.
Well, Sunyani Mem 161 kV and also now under construction. And not to say now we knew so now that you have solved the generational problem no. Now you need to move because as the generational problem is being solved, you need to evacuate the power. All these things were being done. The question is, twice one.
Okay.
That is
your point is 5 years in the MPP4 die and so say issue by.
And yes, that this issue shouldn't have cropped up at all.
By now.
Because the most important problem, no generation. Wouldn't say generation. What about 4 years? Say power no. What for Parliament? I can say you're overproducing, you're overgenerating. So what are you planning? And when you know every year we are growing by 10 to 12%. In 2016-17 when they were coming, now they are saying that that time what was the peak period 2002, 2008, 300, and then we say enrichi you are doing 3,002 going forward. What do you think will happen?
Yeah.
So you need to plan ahead. And that was the planning that was being done. Maintenance will continue every day. Okay. We need to maintain. And it's been done for years. The MPP has been negligent in that. They just don't want to call it so but they can call it whatever name. Ghanaians, the same effect, at the bar, Yeah, the longevity need to the open. And mean yet to say your time or not.
Okay.
Oh, because your time will have been a near best solve a generation, a penny where bad day. And nyame ncha de Ameria wo mo si wo mo ba wo betwa mu no wo ba dey and wo mo di kokuma se no MPP said you are there when they come Ameria wo betwa can be cancel mu car power and here wo be ye free ho and then what are they doing? Just eat back your humble pie and say look, you move forward. Krobia or you be a mistake, you move forward. Aye sika. Sika ni wa ya di kwa komana grid kwa timi improve wo lines. And even though yetimi a generating power no line e di evacuate no line so upia power na enko e be triple bi akoda dun so. As simple as it for
Mame and timetable no. You see, omo grid koni is the presentation no. Omo my explanation kitwa bi. There are a war in Pempensubia unim say light we ebedum. Nti unim se bedum no obetumi aka say oh ene se we bedum dia me ma hafo kanea na me ma hafo kanea. But say machine be tripe unim there be tripe. And demand is no enye the same all day. Day bi wo hwa demand ne be ko high. Say ehuhuru wo mu a nkofo piso air condition enti no ma demand no ekosoro. It's a who a remu a that's in Suata demand of on in a household that demand no ewo form. Into a numere how be a coffee no. Sometimes demand is high, sometimes demand will form. Into yada no a difficult ma almost say o metumi aka say o ebia aha anaha enemu bedum anacha mu bedum. Say anko basa light no enko off. Then there is the scheduled construction or the scheduled work. No beba no. And no dear, say grid koni ECG any ministry you know amayati say sa empempensunu dura over the timetable beba. And no ne kaswa malam area na ye kasi May ebeba. And no dear they will publish it and the communities now me who's on me call off no or me who's on me call but no come more than now watch.
And come more than watching.
And more than now watching. Akosra ni na watching. Into contractors no na year juma. So me ya juma ni we pay. Next almost say kaja.
Okay. Abusafa mame kan mo messages ni be ba na ye be change over na for ya ba be leadership Ghana leadership whether e based on competence and as nipa no efri anafo eslim oye nkrani oye eveni oye achimni oye gwan oye say and because that is what is happening in the political parties here ye pe solution to doom so ye pe unemployment issue amankola e kogisikedro ni ade pempanifo a ombe solve Ghana problem and as ye pempanifo a ofri ha baby obi free a solve problem and eno ne next topic ye beba doctors in penifo no atna say dada ba minka mo test message na ye nje final comment on the doom so na fa leadership issue no to so na kwame upasco sawom eno sister here our problem here in Ghana is ye respect law see edim raso a say the ECG can obi akosi kiosk ebimu di nua akwa hihye electricity line e budumu a na se kane anu duma afi osi dum so asante mensa no see here afedobe answer question no. This MPP government there, omo misleading another power with intro. Cause I was saying go you question now busa ano na so when year no set boache dan kwa no say if you say dum so jai say wo kan dum so ne enko solutions. Na no ho asem solution no. Enti imperifo na me ate say solution ne beba in say your best transmission lines so. Ni asesa distribution lines na free easy yo no. Eye sika ene ye desesa. Set your best lines na eye sika. Na senkenye PDS ya enka sika no beba ama nkomo de asesa. That is what they are saying now. Ti asesa ye de a kane na ewo a ebedum ewo a ebeso no ayi vasama say your leaders have failed in diverse ways. Ghana ye here real leader a obe solve your money problem and your baby o free and betimi ama your solution about 15 no see here we go again and this for the bibia ba omo an start here and so you the whole problem ba omo nyentum da say the honorable Amadu Surugu ye e studio Daniel yours no say hey doom so than definitions of after obensi say so go say doom so na definitions ana ono no questions are obusa no bright we did not say MPP for the M said ade anya mo ferry so far no a whole 4 years when to me am fix distribution transmission abra obi abe solve generation amamo any onim the MPP for ebio and wisdom saba and was in fact Ekufu administration o madada Ghana for pa says I can muntumi solve ya minim and feel Richard Otu no see we are just a country I just say onim the high a brighter baby no see you are just kidding me. You should praise you Honorable Alfred Obempa ye mo abaso se den ade edum so ho o so se yen san mo abaso de pa na wo pache or the for YouTube and or the we say aban ya no se yen practice grown politics ye nyini e wo ye politics mu ye nya se ye keka nsem a emwa ye bebia e wo ye politics mu me ko me WhatsApp so msamafo e wo Delaware e no ode aba o se questions pa the good ones and if ya ubusa dum so na wo se ejai ye mfa ho the MPP kan ye mfa ho the NDC kan they must just ensure say kan ya no ejina so bra osi onu se ni nana e wo kpando ni nana wo kpando onfa ne ho se kanea na dum ana se kanea na so eno an se aso ama no na say generation say transmission emreware de omomfa ho ena osi good morning efia kache honorable Amadu Sogo say it was honorable Aruna Dusu eno de adunmadundum baye around 2008 nti momfa asem no enkwose MPP for say na de we say e baye nana asabo for if UK eno de message we say send honorable Amadu Sogo so ono nya adwe mystic e won sawom no say nana do na ba de o ma feli Ghana for eno ani asem a wo say etumi kan clear na e me di tro mo say de bo mo bete o mo ho ase say o ma feli Ghana for a mo sheda nya bibia emma Ghana efo na che say obia atene ho ase no WhatsApp ukomi Facebook so ankofo bebe especially Josie Josbeta kase kaso an important class if you sheda ye program about traffic situation because too much my ya why ye ntumi nya hwe ya sheda anye national discourse on the traffic situation enya de ebeboa e kra David Tego no kase fia we any national discussion was a motaye no politicians in there ye for momra to answer question on policy direction a good topic enene odiaba no o my solutions are ebetimi aboy Cantus Black no say good morning if you please make them pese me hu sa so one important da ben e no mbeko offer na because the empedifo no ka che e yen so yen tiase ehwe yaso John Bodu say always light of crofrom afofori krom nti se empedifo so mo de timetable beba ye twen om because kumase de oso omo ntiase harry ofori no say lack of leadership na ema we nyina aba nti we na de ye ko ye leadership conversation na enche bia beba be ntu betime follow YouTube ni ade opani poku menye o final comment on dum so no na fe ye ko leadership issue no na doctor's number of any whether e bia woni eno am ko ye meeting
mami ka se bi me pese say me boa obia Ghana mama ye ordaining dum so into our Ghanaian dictionary. Dumso will be known in two terms. Whether we use dumso as a noun and now dumso as a verb. So dumso as a noun, and no dear, Nintiasi and say, na your what generational capacity na you dum caniano, and you dumso. Okay. So no dear, ABA Binumunya comfortable, so we use dumso as a noun. Okay. Dumso as a verb. O can you dum na a so, you dum na a so, you dumso. It's no dear, wow, pay, now what you see. This on a lighter note. I think say chrono education is important. Okay. Wom say nipa pi so de omo pa ne so omo kan ya bedum. But ye dey feel say so onni ma de kontra kan ya ne yesa e wo arehire mu say e be yeye. Say de menua kan ye no we no enche. Say timelines are de betutu dwa no. Grid ko for ni ECG for no August September there. Na adwuma ni bebre na anuhwe bi na ya wie ECG for ama Kumasi for till December if you say time o ma wie Kintampo Kumasi line no or say ECG for so call to make sure say other issues e wo Kumasi no o ma resolve ni nyina. They have over 20 projects in Kumasi ongoing. I say we are hoping say a few way enko de wie ye de ye nya problem way for some time. But a warning to politicians and the government. Say Yan Tinasi am plania. We will be back here in 5 years with this topic again. Because with the projects that the government is embarking on, Emma in Juma air costro, into your demand air costro. Say, anya generation a better transmission, anya transmission a better distribution. Something will happen, but they're planning ahead. And I'm thinking, my brother, Parliament should really look at this thing properly. A percentage of our DDP to go into energy infrastructure. It's very important. Because because it could look, if say national infrastructure plan, say in 20 years from now, we are looking at 50,000 megawatts. We are now at 5,000. So we are thinking, say 40,000 in the free. We are talking about nuclear. There is a committee at the Ministry of Energy and Atomic Institute. Giddy. Oh, my brother, yes. You fine, but Jamaica was in
solar crowd.
No, but Jamaica say, yeah, one penny for you, Chrome had there's a committee.
It's true.
Almost 80 nuclear home come giddy.
At a time, one crop free
nuclear. And the area 10,000 at one time.
Transmission line
okay. It is the Misramo and Penifona or Muti, no. We are technocrat too, we are civil servant as Sudono, Yedibo. Ministry of Finance, yes, Ramo. Muma Engineer who say, your national energy infrastructure, no, sika sign of our GDP, do we want to put it in there? That's our problems with the ENCO once and for all. May I say?
Yeah, that's honorable.
Minia, my fam free baby, I mean, nuclear, ya co, Amra, committee, no. They are going off. They are all living nuclear because of. And you may see what copy in a car. Say, see, I know as already TV, CNN, Dubai, you Omo a nuclear plant, $25 billion. Its supply is going to. It is come on stream in about a year's time, and to supply 25% of their energy needs, $25 billion. That place, Ghana is coming here. Number 2, Ghana, there are so many things. Natural energy, renewable, Masa, we should be thinking about that. Another thing is that we are pale. Sesiano, near Mpese Aba. Niamana ya west and it's a first and a buy, and now Yakach was a overco off ne, or Chinobeba on, and to planning. And now, who now co off. Oh, one now by your water fridge or co a juma. Near Ubabano near so a doom. Voltage neighbor from the beginning. I am so high. Now so fridge. Now see TV. And no near Casa look. Young Casa say and answer say MPP Maba for good years. Mobile projects are maybe boy your own going. Mini has my work and say Kumasi Kintampo Tamale Bolgano. Yes, MPP now started here. And was a great class started that their ongoing projects are if for any and I'm the show any. Opekopa meyama the way started in the Bema Prestia the number of kilometers or my nina wa yeah discussing in 2015-2016 woman started what we can say is look, let us all put politics aside, let's all come together. MPP for engine to say yes ankoye no minim say nebeba because obekaya Mahmoud Bawumia the vice president of Ghana, Eka said, why should anybody praise John Dramani Mahama for solving Dumso when he is the one who brought Dumso? So, okay, to any Pamuno Trano Macho, Ghana for let us all make sure, say, yeah, conserve energy. The way you see energy, everyone air time. Wow, Obeko baby, Tesania, I don't know, Akwayana. Okoya one bungalow did 13 air conditioners ko same we you say a very permanent no ya de ne be Ghana Revenue Authority penny maritime boss no ya say one small bungalow air conditioners 13 and was already Ghana for ka ye free one and ya promo too no e ba sa na emwa oba street light na wia bebia da so because you are maintain and all these things are not good because technical losses with all this technical losses it's about 27 to 30%. Okay, it is not good. Okay, what do you mean produce energy now lose 30% just on the light? Okay, na enkoye but ye politics in film na ya ma technocrats no enso adwuma no na adwuma enkoye nyasa Ghana ye nyina na ebre dum so de aba. Seriously, Kumasi for me, Mamutue, because Miss Kumasi near woman, brother, because school or maybe maintenance. December, Obianya maintenance. And your maintenance, maintenance free. Maintenance take how many? I know you know 6 hours near maintaining their two.
Changing Kumasi lines.
Construction, no Kumasi lines are near here, no Muja Tunu. Afena, as one of many documents. Because I'm about to be my media for a bit to monitor. Near construction of Mbabe Japan, Patromidas. Yanamasi said, Move your Fedika in my head, and here one by bar, now for Babe leadership issues because Kania, a Jumo, a Sio, a Deo, Nina, do dear him.
Say nipa no vision or direction or political will or pepane say or best Ghana a leadership. Na leadership na competence and I tribe baby will be free any edition na yeba sisi ani especially political analyst and a best and yeba sisi ani yeba sisi ani